Commissioner Nancy Jester, and welcome to Nancy Jester Reports for Tuesday, April 26, 2016. Before we get to the Board of Commissioners agenda today, what we covered, I want to make a few announcements. First of all, I have this really super terrific license plate for the front of your car that you can order to support the fundraising efforts of the DeKalb County Fire Rescue Explorers. It's only $10, and you can get one by ordering them from advisor Annette Haygood, and I'm going to read you her email. It is frexplorers@DeKalbCountyGA.gov. Again, that's frexplorers@DeKalbCountyGA.gov. And the advisor, again, her name is Annette Haygood. So send her an email and you can coordinate getting one of these terrific license plates to support the Fire Explorers. In other announcements, I do want to thank all the folks, speaking of the fire department, that came out and supported Fire Station 19. That's our hazmat fire station over right by Mercer University. We had a terrific turnout for our Stock the Pantry event, and I want to thank the firefighters for being so welcoming. It was just a terrific day. Also need to make an important announcement about a meeting tonight and then tomorrow. So tonight there's a very important public community meeting about a potential development at the corner of Hugh Howell and Mountain Industrial, right where the old Sears or the Sears property is. There's a potential large development that could go in there, so the developer will be there. I'm planning on attending. I'm sure some of your Tucker officials will be there. It's going to be at the Mountain West Church of God on Hugh Howell Road at 6:30 p.m. That's tonight, Tuesday the 26th. Tomorrow, an important update, a little bit of a change to a meeting I'm holding. This is the meeting I'm calling the Nuisance Business Town Hall. It was previously scheduled to be at the Maloof Auditorium. We're just going to move it a block. It's going to be at what is known as the Clark Harrison Building at 330 West Ponce de Leon Avenue. So it's really just catty-cornered from the Maloof building. So please still come out tomorrow, 6:30. We're going to talk about those businesses that bring unwanted crime and activity into communities, ones that aren't really doing right, things that are people that are violating code and creating all kinds of unsafe conditions. Maybe they have too many police calls, maybe they're too loud, maybe they're thwarting the law in other ways. We want to talk about those ways we can mitigate those to make sure that our communities continue to have value and bring value to the other legitimate businesses in the area. So please come out to that meeting tomorrow. So that again is at 6:30 to 8 at the Clark Harrison Building. So now on to our Board of Commissioners meeting for today. We had a number of important things for District 1. We zoned an area, and this will probably be our last zoning for the city of Tucker. It was on Pine Valley Road. It's 8 homes, and this is a developer that's built in the city of Decatur, very innovative, environmental friendly development of 8 homes on Pine Valley Road. So I look forward to, and I had met with and talked with Tucker officials to make sure everybody was in agreement this was something to approve. So that's going forward. It's likely the last thing that DeKalb will zone for Tucker, and they will stand up their own process now for handling all these land use issues. I'm very excited about that for Tucker. We extended Grady Hospital's contract through the end of 2017. I was on the task force that met with Fulton County officials, elected officials, and government officials, as well as Grady. We've extended the existing contract because right now we're in such a changing landscape of reimbursement for health care at this time, and the state and Grady are working together very well to come up with some proposals about how we can do two things. More holistically care for the vulnerable population that Grady serves so that they get better outcomes and can be more effective, productive members in the economy and the community. As well as something good for the taxpayer. How can we do this at a lower cost per person? So we're sort of changing the paradigm, changing the risk structure, changing the payment method from a per service to a per capita, sort of going in that direction. So the state and Grady are working together on this. So as we wanted to leave room and not codify anything in an agreement right now on this issue, so I look forward to continuing that dialogue and working on ways to bend that cost curve down so it's good for the taxpayer and improve the outcomes for those vulnerable patients and communities that are served by Grady. So that will come before us again, but I'm very glad with where we are now and that we've extended that contract. We deferred the implementation of the pay and class study agenda item that was before us. It wasn't really fully vetted out, in my opinion. I think there are other things we've got to discuss, and I think that at the mid-year budget adjustment, I anticipate a more robust proposal about how to implement the pay and class study from the administration. My particular concerns, I want to be perfectly clear, at the last committee meeting where we discussed the pay and class study, I expressed my concern, and I'm going to reiterate it here. The data contained within the study for the various municipalities and how those smaller markets, when aggregated together, have an impact on something the size of DeKalb County's police force, that I don't think was completely and properly taken into account. I think some of the municipalities were, but not the effect of as many as are in the region. And I'm very concerned about police, fire, and 911 operator pay, because I think the very first duty of us as a government is to create safe streets. We have to make people and property safe in DeKalb County, and only once we do that will we then be able to see robust economic development. That's the number one foundational item. So until I see a more robust approach to public safety pay, I'm not inclined to move forward with it. I'm going to look forward to our future discussions with the administration and my fellow commissioners, so hopefully we will see something about that forthcoming. And in closing, both the CEO and Commissioner Gannon had some proposals. The CEO's proposal came yesterday, or executive order, I should say, to establish a charter review commission. I think that's a great idea. And Commissioner Gannon had an item that she's brought before the Board of Commissioners today to do the same thing. So I think they will probably be morphing their two ideas together. I don't know that there's much of a difference between them. I'll have to go through and review them, but I agree with both of them, especially in light of the failure of the form of government change to make its way through successfully through the legislature. That was Senator Miller's bill. I had supported that. That was to change the form of government from CEO to county commission. I do think we know enough, or excuse me, to county manager. I do think we know enough to go ahead and eliminate the CEO position after someone serves another term, or whether it was going to be 2 years or something. But unfortunately that did not happen, so now we need to rely on and work very diligently to get that put in place, as well as other reforms we need in DeKalb County through a charter review commission process. So I look forward to working with both Commissioner Gannon and the interim CEO to make the charter review commission successful and to make sure that we're creating the right reforms for DeKalb for the future. So thank you all for joining me again, and I look forward to giving you my next update next Tuesday for the next Board of Commissioners meeting. See you then.